Yeah, okay, good morning, afternoon, and evening. It's the guy you should believe in. Dropping heat like every season. Underdog like Willie Beeman. Classic like Dom.
I'm back.
Blasting
I'm back.
like bombs ringing. I guess I define winning.
He's back.
Wow, great complete sentence, Trav.
I'm
Maybe
back.
you want to string it together a couple more words.
I'm back.
It's gonna really look like Zane. We hate Travis.
Well, I actually hate Travis.
Oh gosh.
Fair
Yeah,
enough.
he's back. The big dog's back. I'm gonna take these off. Let my
I'm
nose
back.
look big.
A lot of stuff going on today in NFL.
Yeah, NFL
Let's just-
finally woke up. Oh my gosh. We get
Yeah.
sports news for the first time all summer.
Let's just jump in. Let's just jump in right off the bat with this. First of all,
All right.
I don't even open talking to you guys about this all today.
That was
but
the biggest cliche in podcasting.
Did you guys
history.
Did you guys see the Blind Side, Michael Oher? Did you guys hear about that?
Yeah, I have seen that. I've
Wait, what?
seen it like.
So you
All right,
know,
explain it, Trav. Explain it. Trav.
okay. So you know Michael Oher, like the guy, the Blind Side movie that the
Yeah.
movie's about. He was like,
Um,
he lived in like poverty or whatever, and like the two
with Sandra
people,
Bullock?
yeah, then the two, and it's like a true story. They like adopted
Yes.
him or whatever, took him in.
Yes.
He goes to the league, whatever.
Yes.
Well, apparently he just came out, and let me pull this up before he said that.
The adoption was a lie.
Yeah,
and all it was is that he signed a contract that those like his supposed parents like gave him, and then now he didn't get any money from the movie The Blind Side.
Mm-hmm. It says,
What?
Michael Oher, the subject of the movie Blindside, alleges his adoption was a lie and family took all the film proceeds.
What's crazy is that was a thing
That's
in the movie.
Crazy.
But yeah, he wrote like a whole like 14-page petition apparently saying that it was a lie, and
14 pages. You gotta mean it then. I don't think he's both then. 14 pages. Because at page like
there's
3,
Chat GPT nowadays. All right, come on.
I mean, true, but like still to get something coherent out of Chat GPT at page 3, I would have given up if I was both.
but I mean,
Yeah.
bro, like, but it's the only thing that's a little shady is like the movie came out 16 years ago, so it's like,
Yeah.
I mean, why did
That
he?
is
I
a
mean,
little sus.
and you know, it's like it's not like he's like, obviously he was young when it happened or whatever, but then the movie comes out and he's in the league, like he's a grown man at that point. You think maybe he would have, I don't know. I don't
Well,
know
it
the
could have
details.
been
Well, but
off
he
the top
also
of
was
my
in the
head.
league. So it's like I'm not like he doesn't he's still in the league.
No, he's
Not anymore. Not anymore.
So that
yeah, off
I
the
mean,
top
that
of my
could
head,
be-
there's a couple of reasons. One is
Yeah.
because he's in the league, doesn't want to cause any drama, right? He's making
Right.
money. Like
that's
offered
my
better.
thing.
Two
Yeah.
is that the contract that he did sign finally hit a certain time period to where it's no longer valid. And then like the third option would be that from the money that he made from the league, it had dried up, and then now he wants more money. But like it could be a number of things. But
I think
even though
it's-
he should get a percentage of the
Yeah, that's so weird. That he
Yeah, like,
doesn't
it's
get
about
any of the
him.
money.
Yeah, it's about him. He should. Like, he has a right to get that money. I think it is weird that I think it's more likely the contract ran up, probably. Like, there was a certain amount of time that it was, like, valid, and it probably ran out. So then he spoke out. Because that is
He didn't
messed
care
up.
if he's in the league. Care because he's in the league. He's like, I don't like. I'm making millions, bro. This family is splitting up money. You know. I don't know. That doesn't seem.
He probably didn't, like, he's in the league. I don't think he was, like, a prolific. I don't think he was, like, a starter on a team for many years in a row. I think he was, like, bouncing around from teams. I'm not 100% sure. I could be wrong. But I don't think he wants to go into a legal battle over a Hollywood movie while in the league when he doesn't have, like, a secured spot as well. Because then it's just bad press around one of your own linemen,
Yeah.
which you never have,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. I don't. Yeah. I think it's mostly that. I think it's mostly he was in the league. It didn't matter. He didn't think about it. Now he's out of the league and he's sitting there like, dude, this is stupid.
Yeah.
Like I made it. It worked out for me.
How much did it
now
gross,
I'm out.
Trav? It grossed like a stupid amount of money.
I was just looking up what teams he played on. He played on the Ravens for the majority of his career.
Yeah, he did.
Then he played on the Titans and the Panthers. And he was released after he failed a physical.
That was the end of his career. He didn't retire. He just
I
got
guess
released after
He's just
physical.
like, see ya.
That's crazy.
I'll look up
Yeah, how much is the movie
Blindside.
gross?
Gross.
It was that car
Stop.
crash that happened in the movie. It caught up to him.
More than 300 million at the box office.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. I would
I
want a
mean,
chunk of change out of that too.
Toss
Even if
my
I
boy
was-
a mill, man. Give my boy at least a
Even
mill.
if-
or
what-
something.
even if I was-
toss him like 30 mil.
200, man.
Even if I was in the contract and it wasn't what I felt like was enough for me to be the main character, I would still do what he's doing. That's a
it's
fat chunk of change.
Literally his story, like the life that he lived, doesn't even get.
I would ask for a third of that. If I'm like, it's my story, I'm the main character, I want a third.
Yeah.
And even if I was getting cut 10%, I want a third.
White people,
Yeah.
man, what can you do?
That's kind of crazy though. Like,
We
how
can't
is-
win.
I don't know. That's just strange.
Yeah, me and
But-
you, Dev, we can't win.
An Amish guy.
Okay,
fucking
chill
guy.
out.
He's the worst of them all.
Fix it, bro. All right, next thing, let's just hit it to two running back deals going on today. Zeke,
I saw,
Dalvin
I
Cook.
saw the Zeke.
Pats, baby. That's a good
Zeke to the
spot for him.
Pats. Yeah,
That's a
look,
great spot
that's
for him.
actually it kind of feels
That's
right.
Bro, every time you get a star that's washed up or somebody that doesn't look like they have anything left in the tank, Bill whoops their fucking ass and gets them moving back into shape. It doesn't matter who it is. Bill pulls the best out of people.
The Cavs probably through the roof about that trade.
Dude,
yeah, he
and did
probably
you
loves
see,
that.
speaking of the Pats, did you see their quarterback out of Louisville? Sorry, my dog just hit the desk. The quarterback that they started in the preseason out of Louisville that was an undrafted free agent that just signed there as a rookie and everyone was calling him Buns, and he threw for some insane number, like 50 touchdowns last year. And now he's in the league, and now he's signed with the Pats, and he's gonna make the roster.
So he's
Some
gonna have,
people may call him the Tom Brady of this generation.
So he's gonna have 8 rings, is what you said, basically.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
So you're saying there's no hope for my boy Pat Mahomes anymore?
Nope.
Because
No,
Bill
nope.
just
I
Aw.
take back the
We got the
dynasty
next-
thing.
Yeah.
It's the Pats now. They're going to be the
Yeah.
dynasty.
Yep, they found him.
That's crazy. What do you think about I guess we were just kind of talking about this right before we started, but the whole with Dalvin Cook now on the Jets.
I'm putting money on it after the podcast
How do they afford him?
because the NFL contracts
I mean, it's New
aren't
York.
anything.
It's
But-
New York.
No, but that's the thing though, is NFL, we're so deluded as sports fans because we hear NBA numbers all the time of like 12 mil, 13 mil a year. And NFL guys sign regularly for 2 mil a year. And that's like a good contract in the NFL. I feel like you can fit way more under the cap in the NFL.
I mean, they
Because
got
players are
the
reasonable.
mafia money. They're from New York.
But I'm just saying because they already have 2 running backs who are solid,
They're rookies. They're on the rookie deals.
but then they have Aaron Rodgers. I mean, I guess I was gonna say they
They
have
slipped them something
Didn't
under
they
the
didn't they
table.
restructure his deal too? Or no?
Probably, but I was gonna say they have which you just basically answered the question, or you clarified it. But I was gonna say they have Sauce Gardner and Garrett Wilson, rookies of the year, but they're on the rookie contract, so I guess that
Rookie
kinda makes sense.
Everyone that's important on that team's on a rookie contract outside of Dalvin Cook and Aaron Rodgers. Everyone else is on a rookie contract. Everyone else who's filling in the gaps is like vet min or just like
Mhm.
normal contracts in the NFL.
And it
So-
says Dalvin Cook planning to sign 1-year deal worth up to 8.6 million.
Yeah. So and the other thing with the NFL that they do really well and they do really smart is they say it's a contract worth 8 million. We're going to pay you 6 up front. You're going to play on 1 million and there's $1 million in incentives that you can have, which is the smartest thing you can do, because then you can sign off 80% of the contract and you can have way better players on the team.
Doesn't
Which
make
I
sense.
once the details come out, I bet you it's something along those lines where like 8 mil, 6 of it is upfront, $1 million is salary, and $1 million is incentives.
Yeah, it never seems like it's whatever they say the number is. It's never like legit.
Like Geno Smith's deal is a 3-year deal. It's a 2-year deal. The last year's optional.
Mhm.
It's not a 3-year deal.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting.
But they're gonna be good. I think they're underrated right now. Lines haven't moved yet. They're plus 1,800. That feels like not a bad bet. That feels like a $10 bet that might have a good chance of panning out by the end of the year. They just don't need Dalvin Cook, dude. They just don't
I
need
know.
him.
Like,
And they were like, you know what? It doesn't. Brees Hall's going to be here. What was the other running back's name?
Michael Carter.
Michael Carter's going to be here. He's not going to be. We can let Dalvin Cook come in slowly, and then he can just take us home. And then in the playoffs, he can be here. That's all we need.
Shoot.
We transition him to a slot receiver.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Put one of them at receiver.
No, we'll do like they'll probably do like a Zeke Tony Pollard type deal where they have like one person who like Dalvin Cook or one of the rookies will play like a Tony Pollard. He like goes from slot. He does a lot of like jets screens and stuff.
Yeah.
I bet you Brees Hall does that kind of stuff. I think that
Well, I looked it up too. When I was looking at Michael Carter's stats. Michael Carter's only 5'8".
Does that fit well with Aaron though, having a lot of those dump screens because you have so many powerful running backs?
I think it would be really good.
Aaron Jones was that.
Yeah,
Or is
I guess Lacey was also that. They did some screens with him.
Eddie Lacy.
Yeah. That man. Giant man.
I was just watching it's funny because I don't know if you guys have watched the Johnny Manziel documentary yet. But there's like a part with I think it was that I've been watching a lot of documentaries lately, but I think when they played Alabama, they had Eddie Lacy. Alabama did. So I was like, I just was watching him on Alabama, and I'm like, what the heck? Like you just
it's weird
same size.
It's weird seeing Mike Evans in a Texas A&M jersey, bro. That's weird.
Yeah,
that's super weird.
But so you guys haven't seen the Johnny Manziel documentary yet?
No, I'm not a weirdo.
I just think it's overdone. I think we're good. Like I get it. He was good at football. He never watched film. He partied. He signed interviews. We could turn this into like a 10-minute YouTube video.
He was Bo Jackson, but he drank a lot, in the quarterback position. It's basically what he was. Just a naturally gifted man who drank a lot.
The biggest waste of talent in NFL history. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, I think. I don't know if anyone else who was a giant waste of talent.
Do we think Baker's the closest thing to Johnny we've ever seen? Like in college? In college, not in the NFL.
In college, yeah.
Like, what do you mean? Is
like the closest comp?
Spark.
Like the closest comp to Johnny Manziel, Baker is, and like could be if he figures it out in the NFL. Like probably not to the same level, I don't think, but like the closest thing we will ever see to Johnny Manziel in the NFL. Like even down to body type.
Wait, are you saying like? Hello, Percy. Are you saying like Baker Mayfield is what Johnny Manziel would have been in the NFL, or what?
I think what I'm saying is like Baker was close to what Johnny was even in college, and then in the NFL, I mean, they have some like not similar careers, but like Baker, they were so similar in college. I feel like is Baker the closest thing to if Johnny wouldn't have been so wild off the field and he would have stayed in the league? Do you think it's just Baker's career?
Okay, Trev, do you think Johnny Manziel like becomes like a top 5 quarterback if he doesn't party?
Yeah, do you think he becomes a top 5, or do you think he just lives Baker's career? Because I feel like they're the same.
Oh,
I feel like they're the same.
I think he becomes the best quarterback in the league.
That like better than Pat?
Yes.
Really? If he doesn't party, you think he's better than Pat? I
don't think his arm is like as talented as Patrick Mahomes or whatever, but I just like the time that he came into the league, like the way he plays is like the new way. Like that's how Kyler Murray plays. That's how Lamar Jackson plays. Like I think it would fit. He's like they list him at like 6 foot, but there's no way he's over 5'11". He has to be 5'10". Like there's no way he's over.
So like 5'10", 215.
Mm-hmm.
I think him and Baker play the quarterback position very similar.
That's what I was.
But Baker's not as good of a scrambler as Johnny is. Like
don't think
Johnny's
so?
way more elusive. Yeah.
Well, in college, he was a great scrambler.
Yeah. That's what I don't know. I feel like part of me feels like Johnny would have just ended up like Baker. Like never quite getting a full, like anyone to really buy in. Like they both went to Cleveland. Like they
I
both
know. Yeah.
like I feel like their careers are so parallel, and we're just like everyone's like, what if Johnny Manziel? And it's like, but it's Baker. Like I just feel like it's Baker. I don't feel like it's any different, but that's me.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I'm just saying like the way that he played, like I'm assuming like Baker Mayfield like took his job seriously, like in college and the NFL, like he takes it serious, like
I think so
watches
too.
film.
I think
Johnny
so too.
Manziel, like in college, bro, was showing up to practice hungover every
Sauced,
single day.
sauced every day.
And like he was playing that well. Like
That's because
but then the question comes in though, was it the sauce?
that's what I'm saying. Would he play that well like sober?
Would he play that well? Yeah,
because there are dudes that literally like play better when they like don't try, or like they're like
when they're just
something's
existing.
a little, yeah.
When they're just
Yeah,
existing and they're just all out on the field.
So
Though,
that's a
they're
good
different.
point.
All right, that's what
true.
he is.
That is
So
true.
enough about Johnny Manziel. Let's talk about another white quarterback. I sent the post to you, Travis, on Twitter, or was it TikTok? One of the two. It doesn't matter. Stetson Bennett is going to be an elite quarterback in the NFL.
Can you give
I
me
said it here first.
Can you give me a background on Stetson Bennett?
Stetson
Oh
Bennett
man,
is a 26-year-old rookie coming out of Georgia. Just won two.
He's the
two-time
Georgia
national
guy.
championship.
He's the Georgia guy. Yeah.
Yes,
two-time
baby.
national championship.
He's gonna be
Former
an
walk-on.
elite
Former
quarterback.
walk-on.
An elite quarterback in the NFL. I've been saying it. I wanted the Broncos to draft him. Didn't happen.
Why do you think that? Because
just
every
think
quarterback has like a period of adjustment, right? But they usually do that when they're young. He's already 26 and he's going to have a period of adjustment. And then he's going to be what? He's not going to have a period of adjustment?
He already did it.
When?
He went through the full adjustment. You know what you're getting with him when you draft him. You're looking at him. He's already a finished product. The only difference, obviously his IQ is going to grow because he's in the NFL and he's in an NFL system. He's watching NFL film now. He's with NFL coaches. That he's going to get better in that way. And I think he has the opportunity for his arm strength to get better. But I think what you see is what you get for the most part with Stetson Bennett.
I'm talking about the adjustment to playing in the NFL that everyone goes through.
I just don't think
I don't think
he's
26 and
yes.
Everyone at least has 1 year of adjustment. Unless you're
okay,
like
he's
Lamar
27.
Jackson, right?
Oh well.
Okay, he's 27.
He's almost 40. That's 13. That's a franchise quarterback.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter. 1, 2
he's
years.
starting
it doesn't matter.
so late.
Yeah, but I would rather have that than have my quarterback coming out of college at 21 and he can't. How many busts have we seen in the first round in the NFL? How many quarterback busts have we seen in the first round? And they're all 20, 21, 22.
So you're saying it's age.
Okay, well,
no,
let me
but I'm saying.
Let me clarify this. Well,
all right,
here's what I'm trying to figure out.
Once.
Because, so are you saying that like there's like a magic number of like you got to be like 22 or 23 and then you start playing, like your rookie year is still your first year playing against NFL talent, regardless of however old you are?
No. I'm saying I think he's already got. My biggest thing for rookies, younger rookies, especially quarterbacks. Let's look at Zach Wilson. He got in his own head the first 2 years in the league. It had nothing to do with his talent. His talent, immaculate. Him, a degenerate.
I'd rather my quarterback develop for like 4 years in the NFL and then get to that 26, 27 mark developing in the NFL than pulling a guy who's 26, 27 out of college and then just being like, yeah, he's got all his development in college, so he's going to do great in the NFL. I think he's going to be be better just because he's got the mindset. He's past he's come to the NFL as, what was it? Was it a 5th round pick or was he even drafted?
He was 6th round.
6th round, something like that, whatever it was. He's coming into the NFL as a 6th round pick. There's no expectations for Stetson Bennett. So yes, he's going to adjust. Yes, he's going to adjust. Sure, I'll give you a year, 2 years, whatever. Matthew Stafford's on his way out anyways. They bailed on Baker. he's going to get reps this year, and he's going to get reps, maybe not under center, but in practice for sure. In 2 years, he'll be 28. He'll have 12 good years of being a quarterback. I have no issue with that at 28. Like, I don't see what the problem is. 28, 22, 12 years, 15 years. I'm fine with it.
Is the argument you're making is because he stayed in college for so long that now he is more mature and he will not get caught up in like the NFL money and he won't get
right.
Caught up
I don't
in
think
the
it's going to be a problem. I think the adjustment fine.
So
he'll handle the adjustment,
argument, right?
Yeah, I think he'll handle the adjustment fine. I think he'll get better faster because he's not caught up in the I'm an NFL player now. He's I've been in the spotlight for fucking 6 years in college.
So you keep Johnny Manziel in Texas till he's 26. He does the same thing or no?
If NIL is a part, if NIL was then as it is now, yes, he's one of the best quarterbacks in the league today. He gets drafted.
I think it's more just your personality and just like the type of person you are. I don't think it's
I don't know because I think
you stay in college.
No, but I think if there's NIL in college when Johnny Manziel is around,
doing NIL
it's a different
illegally.
world.
He was doing NIL illegally.
Right, but that's what leads him into doing all the other shit. If a school is just going to hand him the money and he doesn't have to go do all this other stuff, he doesn't feel like he needs to act out per se because he's like, okay, I'm doing this money behind the scenes. I got to go act out and do all this other stuff. If he's just getting paid to play, I think it's a completely different mindset from the jump, and we get a completely different Johnny Manziel.
I don't think so because I think he liked being like an internet sensation and he liked hanging out with Drake.
You can do that though, just not as a degenerate.
He'll be the same, right? Because let's say he's in an. I think he's like he has the
dirty money inside. Dirty money makes you act different.
I think he's going to act the same with clean money. He's still going to go out to the bars and he's going to get all this attention. It's the attention. It's not the money. It's the attention that he was getting.
Well, it's the common. I think it's a combination of all three. I think it's the kind of money, the attention you're getting, and just the money in general. But if you go into it with a different mindset of I'm earning this money because I'm working for it, like I'm going out on the field, I'm playing for this money, right? Mm-hmm. You're starting with a different mindset. We're just kidding.
Just my lighting. Lying myself.
We might have to take a little break.
Chill. Sorry.
Yeah, I just think I don't think so. I think we get a different Johnny Manziel, and I think Stetson Bennett is going to be.
I got 2 points to add on to that.
All right, go.
With the Johnny thing, Johnny was arrested his freshman year for like public intoxication or something like that. So like before he even played, like before he was even playing, because he redshirted his first year. And then,
but don't you think it's a different mindset going into college as a freshman with an NIL deal?
I like to act better, like you mean, or
an incentive right off the bat. Hey, act correct. We're going to hand you $500,000.
But that's the thing. He came to Texas A&M like he was like a 3-star. Like he wasn't like this big like recruit that was going to be walking in with $1.5 million.
Okay, but even still, you can dangle it in front of him like a donut. Hey, you want $500,000? Work your ass off. Be better. Then you can get a deal.
You think Deshaun Watson would have been a better person if he had an NIL deal?
No, that's different. That's a completely different thing.
I know it is, but I just had to bring it up.
It's just completely different. I think we get a completely different Johnny Manziel if the NIL is around when he's around.
I can see the point. I could see the point because it's like now your money gets taken away by acting badly, right? And before he could do that.
His money's going to be there no matter what. He's just got to sign stuff.
Yeah. That's true.
So like he goes out and he parties and there's no consequence. This still?
No. Well, with the way he got his money, he could do whatever because he wasn't getting it from the NCAA. He was getting it from a separate entity where he was signing. Yeah. He was going into hotels and signing merch and stuff, and then getting paid out. So that he can be terrible on the field, and it'll still be worth something.
You don't think he does both? You don't think he gets the NIL money and then he still goes to hotels?
But I don't think I don't think people. Well, no, because I don't think he does, because then there's the reason he's getting paid to sign autographs as without NIL is because there is no NIL.
Yeah,
and because he's doing it under the table.
He
If
literally
he's doing
everything he did is
he
now
could do it for
legal.
profit
It's
for
now
himself.
legal. It's now
Right.
completely
He could do the
legal.
same thing and go buy all the merch and sign it all off and sell it himself. It's a different mindset if you're doing it with clean money than it is dirty money. I think it's completely different.
And then I will say this about Stetson. I was just thinking about this. Kurt Warner didn't get his first NFL start till he was 28. Because he
Who's
came out of
that?
shut up.
Stop, bro. Are you serious?
He came out of college.
not.
He came out of college. Was like undrafted by the Packers or whatever.
Worked in the
Then he
grocery
went to
store.
then he got cut or whatever, went to the Arena League, played for however many years, came back to the league,
But
was
I
a
think that's
backup.
less about like college and it's more just about like who you are as a person, you know, because the same thing with Tom Brady. Like Tom Brady was a third string, right? And he only got his start because the starter got hurt, and then the second guy got hurt as well, and then he came onto the field, right? So I think it's just more about your mindset. Same with like Chris Hogan, who was a walk-on, who ended up scoring like 2 touchdowns in the Super Bowl. I think it's more of like you as a person than you staying in college and maturing.
Well, but I think that I agree with you, but I think the kind of person that does stay in college you're a different person because you do. And you're like, how do I explain this? Yeah, I mean, that's really the only way I can say it.
We're overlooking but then like with this scenario that you are like creating right now, then we're overlooking all the great quarterbacks who came out of college after their 4 years, like Patrick Mahomes. And then so what's the difference? Like he's the best quarterback in the league right now. And he didn't do what you said.
I'm not saying it's all the time. I'm just saying I'm not saying it's a guarantee. But if you look at the landscape of most of the good quarterbacks, they aren't first round picks, number one. And two, they're not guys who had their balls pampered by Alabama for 4 years. They're guys who had the hard road. They're guys who stayed longer, who had to fight through all this, had some sort of adversity, had some sort of quirk that they turned into something that was special to them. They're not like
Okay. You said 10 things and then you just slipped in stayed longer. All those other things that you said can apply to somebody who hasn't stayed longer. Taking the hard road, getting over adversity. All this does not have to be they stay longer in college.
But that's part of adversity. You were overlooked. You didn't get drafted. You decided to stay. And no one wanted you to go to the league. So you stayed in college. And you became better and you have a different mindset. You're willing to grind.
Not till they're 26, though.
But that's out of it. I forgot. Stetson Bennett invented COVID.
What?
Half of that's not.
Oh, because of COVID. Actually, that's a good point.
Part of the reason why he stayed so long is because of COVID, and he decided to stay longer.
And he also played a year in JUCO because he walked on to Georgia, didn't play anything, went JUCO, came back, didn't start.
COVID.
I don't know if it was COVID after that. Came back, wasn't the starter, gets hurt. Then he plays for 2 seasons, 2 national championships.
He really hasn't played that much football. Like that's what I'm not saying that just because he stayed longer, he's going to be great, but I'm saying he took an odd road to get where he is. He's perfectly positioned and under a quarterback that he can learn a lot from. He's in a great offensive system with the Rams. He's got a star receiver as long as Matt Stafford says he's done in the next couple of years. I don't see why he can't be great.
Yeah, he definitely can.
I hope he is. That'd be the craziest story ever. It'd be the craziest story. If they won a Super Bowl, if he won a Super Bowl.
I just think that getting experience in the NFL is better than experience in college.
I don't disagree with you, but I think you have to be the right person to take the experience correctly. If you're just in the NFL, like Zach Wilson, again, he's had 2 years in the NFL, clearly hasn't learned anything. But
Jalen Hurts had a couple of years before he popped off too.
Exactly. But he was the right kind of person with the right kind of mindset that he was in the NFL and knew how to take the NFL experience correctly.
Yeah, but like it still doesn't go back to being in college. I mean,
No, I'm just saying that's a part of it. It's a weird story. It's the makings of something that like That's all I'm saying.
I hope he's great, right? It would be a great
I
story.
hope so too. Oh yeah. So right now on FanDuel Sportsbook, I wish we were sponsored. On FanDuel Sportsbook right now, the Jets are plus 1,800 currently to win the Super Bowl, and the Detroit Lions are directly under them at plus 2,100. And I think that is a way undersell for the Jets. I think that's wild.
Yeah, and my point that I made before we cut it off to save it for this moment is that Aaron Rodgers is in a brand new system, and Devin just doesn't understand how difficult that is for a quarterback who's played in his entire career using one system, one playbook, one type of way that they run their offense, to just jump into a new system with new players.
I'm gonna keep it short and sweet, and I'll let Trav go, and then I'll jump in again later. But it doesn't matter for 3 reasons.
Right.
It doesn't matter because he has Nathaniel Hackett. We are now going to see how good of a coach Nathaniel Hackett actually is, but it's a similar system to what he's coming from with the Packers. 2, that defense only needs Aaron Rodgers to put up 17 points a game, if not lower. That defense is incredible. 3, their running game is going to be insane this year. It's not going to be hard to get those guys open.
Good O-line, bad O-line.
Good O-line.
Good O-line.
If good O-line, if they get reps together, if they can stay healthy and stay together for the majority of the year, good O-line. If not, that's where your issue is. But to me, they can stay healthy, they can stay together, good O-line.
All right, Trev, what do you got to say?
All
right, shut up. I'm just kidding.
I don't really know, to be honest. Like, I wish I had.
So I should have just told you to shut up.
Well, I think it's either going to be like boom or bust. They're either going to go win the Super Bowl, or they're going to be like,
it's either going to be
6-11 or something.
It's either going to be Rams or Broncos.
I think there's a possibility that it's the same situation as Tampa with Tom Brady, where they spend the first half of their year just losing time and time again, and then they hit the playoffs, and then they go on a run to the Super Bowl.
I like that.
It can, but at the same time, like, it is extremely difficult to change offenses and then have team chemistry. You have a bunch of rookies as well, a bunch of rookie receivers. You're getting rookie running backs as well. And everybody's learning the new system, right? It's very hard to have that chemistry.
Let me say this though. I don't think it's so much of the system stuff. Aaron Rodgers has been in the league long. Like, everyone runs the same stuff. Like, it's not like he's running anything different that names, new.
Same stuff.
But I think the only thing is really the major thing, and kind of makes it different than the whole like Tampa Bay idea, is like the fact that everyone's so young on the team. Like, the whole Tampa Bay team was a lot of vets and like older guys. These are all like brand new guys. I think that's the hardest part. Is like the chemistry. Yeah, I think that's gonna hurt.
But I think it's a high risk, high reward. Because at a high risk, like you're saying, it's harder to corral the young guys. It's harder to get them in, which part of me doesn't agree with that. Part of me agrees with that. Part of me doesn't, because part of me thinks they don't know what they don't know, right? They don't know what the big moment is. So that's not going to affect them as much. 2, they don't really know a system because they've been in the league 1-2 years. So, they got to learn a new system. Like, they're still running the same 5-step route. Like, it just, you're in a different place. You're trying to get to maybe a different part in the field. I don't think it's that big.
There are different plays that each team runs.
No, I know, but I'm saying you're still running a similar route. You're still running a similar concept. You now have a better quarterback.
Depending, there are different timings.
I understand.
How long it takes before you cut is different based on the team, because you have different players that you want to get open.
I understand there's intricacies, but my point of this thing is if it works out, this is the best move that the Jets have made in 2 decades. Because if this works out and they do win a Super Bowl, even if they don't win a Super Bowl in his first year, and they just make a deep playoff run, and then maybe they only make 2 deep playoff runs, but they have all these rookies or all these young guys, they're going to get deep playoff experience that are all still on their rookie contract, to where once Aaron Rodgers leaves and they have $50 million in cap space that they can go spend on somebody per year, they can go grab a free agent quarterback or trade for somebody and then be a contender for the next decade because they grabbed Aaron Rodgers.
So
even if they don't win a Super Bowl, I'm not mad. Like, I think they still made the right decision.
Yeah. So the average, if I'm not mistaken, it might have decreased at this point, but the average play on a football field is 7 seconds, right, Trev? It hasn't
Mhm.
gone shorter.
Yeah.
So that means that every second, every millisecond counts a lot. And that's why the great teams like the Chiefs and then like the Bills, why having that team chemistry and having your plays down is so important, because you only get 7 seconds to run a play. And then you mess up by half a second and it messes up the timing, right? Because there's also you'll have plays where you have a guy that runs a slant to pull the defense towards him, right? Like if you have a
Yeah.
Travis Kelce, you're having him run somewhere to pull a certain guy here to try and get this guy open based on their defense. If the guy messes up and he's too slow, right? Maybe the tight end goes off it, but then like he gets hit by a D end, or he gets caught by a D end that messes up the play. And that's
But
the
how
part I'm trying
much
to say.
I get that, but how much of their mess ups in the past are lack of leadership? Because I
For
think
who
that plays a
specifically?
big for the receiving core, because that's what we're talking about primarily
Yeah.
here. How much of that is Zach Wilson being a jerk off in the backfield and can't organize anyone? And he's not even consistent enough for himself to give the receivers consistency. I really think that Rodgers, I mean, look at the young group. Aaron Rodgers didn't want to play with a young group last year, and he complained and he whined and he moaned for majority of the year, and then finally he shut up and he played, and he was fantastic. To end the year, he played great.
In the
And
same
he's coming
system,
into
though.
right, but he's getting a similar system with Nathaniel Hackett. So now you give him a full off season, you give him some similar guys that he's used to, and you give, and
similar.
also, but at the same, but either way, these guys are going to be there. The receiving core that's there looks at Aaron Rodgers as a god. So they're going to do what he says. They're too young to tell him, no, I've been doing this way for 15 years. I'm not going to start doing it your way now. They're not going to do that. They're soaking it up like sponges right now.
So if it's
So
not
yes,
an
there's going to
Aaron
be growing
Rodgers
pains.
problem, then it's a receiver core and it's a rookie problem.
It could be, but the closer we get to the season, the more you see the stuff that's coming out of Jets camp. It seems like they're all too close and too clicky, that they're all clicking really quick. Because when you think about it, yeah, I'll leave it at that.
Wrap
the
up
AFC.
Super Bowl predictions.
Super
Trav,
Bowl
you first.
predictions?
Oh my
wrap up.
God, bro. I don't.
It's way too early Super Bowl predictions. This is the funnest part of the job.
Okay, whoever gets their predictions first. Obviously,
Like a winner or a matchup?
Matchup and a winner?
Matchup and winner, yes. I'm going KC Philly again.
Rematch. I would love to see that. I'd love to see Jalen Hurts get another stab at him.
Only San Francisco or the Chargers really giving Philly that much competition. Maybe the Vikings.
Chargers are in the AFC.
Man, I really want to say Chiefs Niners.
All right, you can go Chiefs. I think the Eagles for sure.
Chiefs Niners
they just look too good.
And if I can't say Chiefs Niners, sneaky. If I can't jump on the back of Patrick Mahomes, then you know what? You can have Chiefs Niners, Trav. I'm gonna go sneaky route. I'm gonna say Niners Jets.
I'll probably
Niners
go
Jets, and I'm gonna go Niners in that one. Brock Purdy gets his first Super Bowl in year 2, baby.
That'd be tough.
I'll go Bengals, Niners.
Okay, Bengals, Niners. Trav's going
Chiefs,
KC,
Niners.
Chiefs, Niners. That was my first, but I'll switch it up so that we're all different, and I'll go Jets, Niners.
So we're all going Niners.
Well, that's my.
Are we all going
pick.
Niners?
That's my second pick. That's my second pick.
Oh, yeah. I think the most likely is Niners.
I really think it's only
Niners,
Philly
KC.
and the Niners are the only teams that are going to make it that far.
Yeah.
All right, take us home.
All right. That was good. What do we start with?
Don't you ever tell us what to do again.
Blindside, and then we talked.
We went blindside. We talked about NFL preseason and running back signings, Dalvin Cook and Ezekiel Elliott. Then we jumped into Stetson Bennett. Will he be great in the NFL? And the debate of, is it better for a quarterback to stay longer in college and what that means for their career? And then we finished out with some Super Bowl predictions from FanDuel Sportsbook. And yeah, basically the Niners are going to win the Super Bowl. It's either going to be Niners or KC.
FanDuel sponsor us. We got 4 loyal viewers.
4 loyal viewers,
and they're all degenerate gamblers. Let me tell you. We got a lot of money out of them. 3 of them are sitting in this call right now.
The important part is if you guys want to see more content every day and you guys are enjoying the podcast, and subscribe or us on YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok at buffet.sports. Trav will put those somewhere here. We'll be back next week talking more NFL as the season gets closer. Ciao, boys.